Let me guess, you're a guy who's probably really tired of wearing dress shirts that look like giant tents on you, aren't you? But lucky for you, you were in the right place. I'm SD and I show you how you can tailor your own clothes at home. And as we know, one of the most common issues that we have are poor fitting dress shirts. But before you dive into tailoring all of your dress shirts, we gotta talk about a couple things first. Now, a lot of guys have this mindset of, hey, okay, it's a dress shirt. It's got sleeves, it's got buttons and a collar, and I put it on my body. Fantastic. I can alter it, right? Well, not exactly. Some dress shirts tailor really well, and other ones don't tailor well at all. And I get a lot of emails and comments about particular dress shirts, and people are like, hey, can I alter this dress shirt? And I look at it and I'm like, technically, but you're gonna have a bad time. Because at the end of the day, the question isn't necessarily, can I tailor this dress shirt? It's, is this dress shirt really worth tailoring? And that means the dress shirt has to give us something already to work with. Now, a dress shirt's gonna tailor really well if the hard to change areas already fit relatively well. And it's just the easy to change parts, those are the main problem. I think you should subscribe. That's the whole game right there. If the shoulders and the chest and the collar, if those already fit well, okay, we're gonna be in good shape. Because then that just means, you know, the body's gonna need some altering, it's all big and baggy, or the sleeves might be a little bit too long. Those two issues, those are easily changeable. But if the shoulders are hanging off of your body, or if the collar's like choking you when you button it up, that's no bueno. Now, the first thing that you want to check on that dress shirt is the shoulders. More specifically, the shoulder seam. Where does that shoulder seam sit? Does it sit in the correct location? Because you want it to land pretty much right on top of your shoulder there. You don't want it to hang super low, far down your arm, nor do you want it too far up either. And beginners usually ignore this, and it's a really easy mistake to make because they'll think, oh, it doesn't fit in the body. I can alter the body. I'm gonna take in the side seams, but the shoulder seam hangs way far down, and what you're gonna end up with is a dress shirt that fits technically well in the body, but the shoulder seam is hanging way far down and it looks really stupid. I dated a girl a number of years ago, and one of the very first shirts that I had altered was a long sleeve Henley shirt. And I got it at Target, I got it on clearance, and I was really excited about it. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna make this shirt look fantastic. Now, little did I realize at the time, it did not fit in the shoulders at all. The shoulder seam was like all the way down here, and I'll never forget this. I altered that shirt, and yeah, technically like it looked good in the body, and I met up with her later on that evening, and I was wearing it, and she's like, oh, you tailored your shirt. Oh, that's cool, and I'm all proud of it, like, yeah, I sure did. She knew it looked ridiculous. I think she was just being nice, and I look back on that and I'm like, wow, that probably took a lot of restraint to not call me out on that ridiculous looking shirt, so I appreciate that. If the shoulders are too wide and that shoulder seam is hanging down too far, there's nothing you can do for that shirt that's gonna make it look better. Can you alter the shoulders? Technically, yes. We'll get to that. Not yet, but hold on. Wait. Next, you want to check that collar. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking to yourself, okay, well, I'm never gonna wear a tie with this dress shirt. So what does it matter if I button up that top button or not? Like if it fits in the collar. Well, if it fits in the collar, or I should say, whether or not it fits in the collar, that's gonna give you a pretty good indication of the shirt overall as to whether or not it fits. If you button it up and it's starting to choke you like that, well, then the collar is too small. Or if you button it up and you can put like two hands in the sides and pull it out like that, the collar's probably too big. And that matters because the collar isn't gonna be something that you're going to casually fix, especially as a beginner. It's not something you're gonna be able to take over to your sewing machine, put a straight stitch on it, and then suddenly, oh, fantastic, I have a custom looking collar on my shirt. It doesn't work that way in the beginning. The third one is going to be whether or not it fits in the chest already. Now, I want you to go ahead and button up your dress shirt and then take a look at those buttons on the front there. Are the buttons sitting comfortably and not stressed at all? Or are they pulling at themselves and they're kind of going like Because if they're doing the latter, then obviously that means it's too tight in the chest. And that matters because there's really not much you can do in those situations unless your dress shirt gives you what's called an extra seam allowance, which means it's gonna give you some extra fabric on the inside, but most store-bought dress shirts, they're not going to do that, so don't even bother. Now, if it fits pretty comfortably in the chest and the midsection is all ballooning out and you got muffin top, that's a fantastic candidate right there to alter. You're gonna have great results from that dress shirt. That's when you're hitting those target areas that actually need to be changed and adjusted. So you can take in the side seams and you can add darts, and you are using a targeted solutions for those targeted problems while leaving everything else the same. The chest is gonna stay the same, and the shoulders are gonna stay the same because those already fit well. And a lot of guys kind of do the opposite of that. They will get a dress shirt that it might fit well in the midsection, but it's too big in the chest and the shoulders. And I understand their logic that they're going with. They don't want the dress shirt to feel like it's too tight or anything like that. That makes sense. But if you size up too much, then goes back to our original problem of the shirt it's just big overall everywhere, and there's way too many targeted problems to attack to where it's like, all right, this dress shirt, it's not worth altering. What you want is a shirt that fits those biggest non-negotiables already, the shoulders and the chest and the collar. Now the fourth thing you want to check is the back of the shirt, and more specifically the upper back of the shirt. Does it have like two little folds on the top middle there with a loop that looks like you could hang it on like a coat rack? That is called a box pleat. It looks like it's harmless. You're looking at it like, well, what's the big deal? Yeah, my shirt's got that. If your dress shirt has one of those, that is a big no bueno in regards to altering it, because you are trying to solve one problem and the box pleat's job is to solve another problem, and those problems, they go like that. They clash and they don't work together at all. Let me explain. You are frustrated with how your dress shirt fits you, so you go to alter it. You take in the side seams, you might add some darts, you put it on and you're like, oh cool, fantastic. But here's the thing, the box pleat, it's completely working against you because its job is to literally give you more room and more expansion around the shoulders and your upper back. And from a movement standpoint, that's perfect. It does its job great. But here's the problem. When you alter a dress shirt that has a box pleat on it like that, what's gonna happen is it's gonna like puff out at the top. When you expand your shoulders, you're gonna see a big poof, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's gonna look really stupid. That's a big ol' ask me how I know. Can you remove or can you sew down or flatten that box pleat in any way? Technically, yes. Is it beginner friendly? Technically, no. Because now you're messing with the yoke and the way that the shirt wants to behave as far as its movement goes, and you don't want to tread into that territory at all. This next one is fabric quality, and I don't mean fabric quality in the way that you would think. I don't mean an expensive dress shirt or anything like that. I mean fabric quality as in what type of stitches are you going to use on that garment, and is that fabric quality, is it good enough to, you know, hold those stitches and look good holding them? You want that dress shirt to feel nice and relatively thick and stable when you pinch it and kind of run it underneath your fingers. If it feels like it's like thin tissue paper, that's a big no bueno. That's a big no bueno because every single little mistake that you make, and there's going to be a lot of them, I still make mistakes all the time, and it's very unforgiving. It's gonna show every little minor mistake if the fabric quality isn't up to par. That's why some cheaper dress shirts can look even worse after you tailor them. It's not because you did a bad job or you did anything incorrectly, it's that you weren't really set up for success from the get-go. And now that you know whether or not a dress shirt is gonna be worth tailoring or not, let's do this. Let's go watch a tutorial on how to do that, how to tailor a dress shirt. We're going to be slimming up the sides, and we're gonna put darts in this dress shirt. It's in the next video. I'll see you over there. SD out. Deuces.